Hi, good morning, everybody. This is Bhaskar watching Bhaskar Time. Today, we're looking for one more lab program. So that is UART. You already know that. What is a UART? Universal Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter. Actually, when come to software calls in one of the protocol used for serial communication. Okay, so how to use that one in our lab? Okay, so here my ARM Cortex M3 board having one inbuilt ARM UART board. So okay, so by using the UART, how to communicate, how to display the message, are all things we are going to discuss. So how many UARTs we have in LPC 1768 and how we are going to do operations, are all things we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, so first, next I'm looking for it is what is UART? Okay, well, before going to that one, what is our aim of the program? Program to display a message using internal UART means so my LPC 1768 we have one UART. By using that UART, you need to display a message. Let's see on that one. So how I'm going to display that. Okay, so first we need to understand what is the meaning of UART. UART is nothing but universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter. So universal asynchronous means it is not sync with the clock, and a receiver and transmitter it can receive as well as transmit. Okay, and it is a serial communication protocol means data it will be transmitted serially one bit after bit. Okay, next two-wire communication protocol. Here we can use one for transmitting and one for receiving. I can use two wires. Okay, data formats and transmission speeds are configurable means how much data I can transmit, what is the baud rate of that one, how many bit rate of that one, easily we can decide it. And transmission speed, how much speed I can transmit. If I want I can add the delays also, I can add that one. Slowly I can display, I can increase the speed also. So easily we can modify that one. That is the advantages of your UART. Okay, keep in your mind in this slide, UART is nothing but universal asynchronous receiver and transmitter. Okay. Next, what are the different communications generally we are going to use? One it is parallel communication, another one it is serial communication. So parallel communication is nothing but so we can transmit in a single clock cycle. We can transmit all the bits. For example, here I'm going to take an 8 bits D0 to D7. Easily I can transmit it from with a single clock. I can transmit to transmitter to receiver. So what is the advantages? Speed it will be increases, but disadvantages it is require many number of wires to transmit it. As a communication engineer, the power dissipation it will be decreases. I'm going to bother on that. Okay, I need to reduces usage of number of wires. That's why I'll go for serial communication where I'm not going to bother about the speed. Okay, let's see on the transmitter. Here it is. We have a source and you have a receiver now. So I need to transmit the data bit by bit. You can see the previous we can at a time we are going to transmit. Now we're looking for bit by bit D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, and D7. So LSB bit first it will transmit, later it will go for by MSB bit. Serially we are going to transmit and require only one wire in this case. That is the advantages of your UART serial communication. Okay, next it is next word. What is the thing we are going to use? Synchronous and asynchronous. Asynchronous is nothing but it is not depend upon a clock signal. You can see the data here it is zero. Next it is one one. Next zero one zero one zero zero one zero. Depend upon that one it will be transmitted, but it does not depend upon the clock when come to asynchronous. Synchronous is nothing but totally depend upon the clock signal. Okay, so in this way my data it will be transmitted. That's why it is called asynchronous receiver and transmitter. Okay, next UART connection generally how it is working. So when I'm going to take it for devices, two devices, and here I'm going to take instead of devices I'm going to take as a ports. Okay, later we'll see that. So we have a transmitter, and for the transmitter connected to receiver of another device, and receiver of this one it is connected by the another transmitter device 2, and common ground we are going to use. Okay, so I'm telling there is no synchronous and there is no clock to transmit the data from the one device to another device. Then how it is communicated? So how to see that one, how it is data it will transmit it all. In order to do this one, we are going to use so stop and start bits. We have a start and stop bits we are going to use, and next thing it is baud rate. Baud rate is nothing but how much speed it is working, and how much data we can transmit it, number of bits we can transmit per second. So I think we are going to calculated. So based on that one, so how many bits we can receive at a particular second. So it should be decided the speed of that one. Okay, we'll see that one, how to calculate baud rate and all. So we are going to use data synchronization UART. It is done by using baud rate as well as start and stop bits. So okay, you can see that framing of that one, or my message, for example hello world, or for example anything, for example your name only you can take. If I take the name it is, so it will be converted into a number of zeros and ones. Later initially it should be added one start bit. Next is at the end it will added the stop bit. Start bit and stop bit will be added, and it will be data, it will be transmitted. So in this way what it will be communicated to one device to another device. Now come to the actual picture of my LPC1768 UART. It consists of four inbuilt UARTs. So numbering by 0, 1, 2, 3, we are going to use only UART 0 for this operation. Okay, at the LPC1768 pins are multi-functions. First, they have to configure as a UART pins. It's very important thing. I already told that LPC1768 it consists of many number of more than 100 pins. If I'm going to configure for the UART, I need to do some settings, initial settings I need to change, and I need to set some values to my resistor. Based on the resistor, if I'm going to set, then only easily we can operate it as a serial communication, right? So what are the changes I need to do? What are the values set and how we are going to set? These are very, very important. Please see on that. Okay, first I'm going to looking for, before going to that one, what are the resistor I can use here? It is RBR. So RBR I'm going to looking for contains the recently received data. Generally we are going to store. So next it is THR. THR is nothing but threshold resistor, and we are going to use contains the data to be transmitted. What data need to be transmitted? This one it will be stored here. FCR is nothing but FIFO control resistor. So LCR is nothing but line control resistor. Control the UART frame formatting. Number of data bits we need to transmit. What is the stop bit and start bit? They are going to decide by LCR. And DLL is nothing but least significant byte of the UART and baud rate generated value, and most significant is given by DLM. So I'm telling you about the baud rate and what is the least significant and most significant. It is decided by using DLL and DMM. We'll see that how to set the values of these. Okay, first I'm going to looking for one of the resistor, that is power control for peripheral resistor. It is called PCON. So okay, then how to set this one? See, bit 3. So I'm going to use UART 0 power clock control bit. Let's see on that. So this is my PCON resistor. In this case, I'm going to use my bit 3. Bit 3, if I'm going to make it as a 1, then easily I can control my power. That's why I'm going to make particular bit it is 1. Once I make it as equal to 1, the value if I'm going to read that, I'll get it is 100. If 100 is nothing but 8, and if you write in 32-bit wide, you'll get 0008. Then how to configure this one? Let's see on that one. LPC PCON means pin configuration. Okay, the value it is power control. So I'm going to do here, it is 000008. Okay, so in this way I can set the value. Next it is pin function select resistor. It is pin select 0. I'm already told that I'm going to use a port 0 now. In the port 0 you have a pin select 0 and pin select 1. Pin select 0 I'm going to use. If I make pin select 0, values are 00 means it acts as a GPIO. Already told in the first class, you can see GPIO we can use. 01 means 01, 10 and 11. I told that if you use it for alternate function. So in this case, I'm going to use what are the alternate function I can do that. So here I'm going to use these two, TXD0 and RXD0, used for transmitting of data, me receiving my data. Okay, I need to transmit the data, right? That's why I'm going to use TXD0 and RXD0. How to configure this one? I need to configure L4 and 5 and 6 and 7. The value I need to store as function as 0 and 1. Let's see on that. Okay, pin select 0 is to control the lower of the port 0. Let's see that. So here it is. I'm going to take on 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm taking a value as 0, 1 and 0, 1. I'm going to make it as 0, 1 and 0, 1. By making this one, it is value it's come to, it is 5, 0, 1, 0, 1. So now we will read that one continuously, it is 0, 0, 5, 0. That's why I'm going to use the next value, it is pin select 0 value. I'm going to make it as a 0050 because I'm going to use that one. So pin select 0 for transmitting and receiving. Okay, next. 8-bit character length. If I want to set a 8-bit character length, I need to transmit. So character, how many bits I need to select, here I'm going to use. So how to set that one? In order to set, I'm going to use LCR, line control register. So how to set this one? Just see, the LCR determine the format of the data character that is to be transmitted to the receiver. So from the transmitter to receiver, how many bits, how many character length we are going to transmit. Let's see on that. Okay, so now to set this one, so word length, you can see that when see the LCR register, if you put a 0 on first bit and the 0th bit, it's 00, it is 5-bit character. 01 means 6 bit, 10 means 7 bit. I'm telling here I'm choosing a 8-bit character. That's why I'm going to use an 8-bit character length I'm going to use now. So that's why how to set this one. Let's see my LCR. In the LCR, so it's my LCR register. I'm going to make 0 and first bit. 0 and first bit, I'm going to make it as a 1 1. By making it is 1 1, the value become it is 3. So how to read this one? 0 0 0 0 0 3. So this is the usage of my, if I'm going to make the particular bit it is 1 1, then easily I can set 8-bit character length. Okay. Next, not only that, so many things I need to do in LCR register. Let's see on that. Okay, I need to send a parity bit and stop bit. One stop bit I need to transmit. Now to do this one, so parity disable, I need to disable parity and I need to transmit one bit. Okay, now to do this one, just see stop bit, second bit, 0 1 I'm going to use the previous case, next second bit I'm going to use it is stop bit. It is, if I make it as a 0, then it is a one stop bit. So number of stop bits here, and if I make one means it is taken as a two stop bits. So here I'm going to use one stop bits and parity enable disable I'm going to do. So I mean third bit I'm going to make it as a 0 and second bit also I'm going to make it as a 0. That's why you can see that, so 0 0 easily we can do that one. Okay, so we can see that 0 0 easily we did that. Okay, 1 minute. 0 0 we have made, so but the value continuously it is 3 only you're getting for this case also. Okay, next it is enable divisor latch, LCR I'm going to do. So now to do this one, see one more seventh bit. I'm not going to touch anything about the fourth bit, fifth and sixth, seventh bit. I'm going to, these are all things as it is carrying same LCR. Now I'm going to make my seventh bit. Seventh bit, if I'm going to make enable divisor latch, if I want to enable means I need to make seventh bit it is 1. If I want to make seventh bit it is equal to 1, then I'll get the value it is 8. So completely if you read this one, I'll get 0 0 0 0 and 8 3. That's why, so LPC UART 0, LCR I'm going to configure the value of 00083. Clear? So in this way, I need to consider my LCR register. You need to understand how to take my LCR values previously and here. Okay, next. Okay, if you want to disable the divisor latch means what I need to do. So I'm going to make this particular bit seventh bit it is equal to 0. Easily we can disable that. Okay, next baud rate calculation. How to calculate my baud rate? I already told that. So in order to synchronize my data, we have baud rate and stop bit we are going to use. So how to calculate my baud rate? So I'm going to take a P clock, peripheral clock of 4 megahertz. From peripheral clock, we need to find out baud rate of 9600. If you want to do that one, you have a calculation of that one. Okay, so we'll see on that one later. 9600 we are getting. Next it is, I'm going to take the formula one is there. If you want to find out DLM and DLL in decimal, okay. So if you want to find out this one, I already told that. Okay, baud rate I need to calculate. I need to set the value of DLM as well as DLL value. So P clock I'm going to take on 4 megahertz divided by 60 into baud rate. Baud rate I'm going to take on as 9600. So 9600 I'm going to substitute here. So if I'm going to substitute, I'll get the value is 26. But 26 what it's coming, it is in a decimal. If you're looking for an hexadecimal value, it is 001A. Okay, the 001A, how to I'm going to write this one. See LPC UART 0 I'm going to use DLM value. So means it is MSV value and it is a LSV value. MSV value I'm going to make it as a 0x of 00 and LSV value I'm going to make it as a 1A. That's why 0x of 1A. So this is the way I'm going to write of the values of DLM and DLL. Okay, next it is UART FIFO control register. So FIFO first in first out control register. I need to control this one. The write only U not UOFCR. So U not FCR control the operation of the UART0 receiver and transmitter of FIFO. So I need to write something on that one. Then only easily using U not FCR, then only you can control my operation of receiving and transmitting. Then how to control this one? Let's see on that. FIFO enable. If I want to enable my FIFO, first in first output, what I have to do? So once while looking for that resistor, 0th bit, I'm going to make it as a enable, means I need to make it as a 1. So that's why I'm going to make the first bit, it's make it as a 1 now. You can see here. Next, it is second thing, it is a receiver FIFO reset. Receiver FIFO reset means what I have to do here it is. So I'm going to make second bit, it is 1. So I'm going to make second bit, it is equal to, sorry, first bit, 0th bit, and it's a first bit. I need to make it as a 1. Next, it is a transmitter FIFO reset. If I want to make transmitter reset FIFO, you can see that. So transmitter, you're looking for second bit. The second bit, what I'm going to do, make it as a 1. So 0th bit 1, first bit 1, second bit I'm going to make it as a 1. If I make all the bits are 1, 1, 1, then how I'm going to read my FCR? So 1, 1, 1 is nothing but the value will come, it is 7. So this 7 I'm going to configure. So LPC UART 0 FCR, the value it is 0x of 0, 7. Okay, before control resistor value, it is a 0, 7. In this way, we need to find out the values. So until what we are going to discuss, looking for different resistor for baud rate, transmitter, receiver, GPIO, so many things we're going to do. If you do this one, then only easily we can transmit my data. This is the initial setup you need to do. So how to write in the program? So that's why at the end I given the instructions of this one. Please take care about this one. I configure it. I'm going to collect it, all the things. I'm going to put it on one way. Let's see on that one. This is it. So I'm going to write one function for this one. Void UART 0 int void. So pin con I'm going to take on 08 for power control. Pin select 0, how to get 50 and 83 and 00 and 1803 and 070. All things we discussed in the previous case. Please go back if you want. You can see how the values it is setting. This is the initial setups. We need to do that one. If you set the values of all the things, then only my UART will work. Okay, this is the operation of that one. So this in the next we'll see that how I'm going to use in my program, what is the algorithm, how we are going to execute the program. Okay, thank you.